Think you're getting the best deal at the grocery store? Think again. Aldi's quietly rewriting the rules of retail, and you've probably been shopping their way without even realizing it. Stick around, because what I'm about to show you could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Hey everyone, I dove deep into Aldi's playbook, reviewing internal strategies, talking to shoppers, and even taste testing their mystery chocolate bars. What I found is shocking. Aldi isn't just cheap. They're smart. In this video, I'm exposing how they keep prices low, beat name brands in blind tests, and turn your weekly grocery run into a treasure hunt. You'll learn how one tiny quarter can save them thousands, why their wine aisle is dangerous, and which products are actually made in the same factories as premium labels. Trust me, you won't believe it until you see it. Drop a comment below. Have you noticed any weird price hikes or shortages at other stores that Aldi somehow avoids? Let's compare notes pie. You walk into Aldi and instantly feel it. Something's different. It's smaller, quieter, faster. No soft music, no bakery smells, no endless rows of 27 types of mustard. Just groceries. And that's the point. Aldi doesn't waste space. The average store is about 12,000 square feet, less than a third the size of a regular supermarket. That's not an accident. Smaller stores mean lower rent, fewer utilities, and less to clean. They skip the extras most stores take for granted, like a full-service deli or a bakery counter. There's no one slicing your ham or handing you free samples. That saves money. And guess what? They pass it on to you. They also don't stock hundreds of brands. Walk down the ketchup aisle at a normal store and you'll see 10 different bottles. At Aldi, maybe 1 or 2. Why? Because they only carry what works. They buy in bulk, big bulk. When you buy this way, you get better prices. Period. And here's another trick. Aldi cuts out the middleman. Most stores work with big brand suppliers who charge extra just for the name. Aldi goes straight to the source. They deal directly with the people who make the food. No fancy branding, no expensive ads, no celebrity spokespeople. Just good stuff at a fair price. This is why their shelves are packed with private label products. You won't find Kraft mac and cheese or Kellogg's cereal. Instead, you'll see Clancy's, Friendly Farms, and Millville. These names might sound made up, because they are. But the food? Real, high quality, often made in the same factories as national brands. Aldi tests everything before it hits the shelf. If a product doesn't beat the big name version in a blind taste test, it doesn't make the cut. That bag of chips labeled Clancy's might be better than Lay's. That cereal from Millville could outtaste corn flakes, and you'd never know unless you tasted them side by side, which is exactly what Aldi does. They're ruthless about efficiency. Every choice is made to keep costs low, even how they stock the shelves. Products often sit right in the open shipping boxes they came in. No need to unpack, no need to rearrange. Just slice the box open, place it on the shelf and go. This method cuts restocking time by up to 60%. Less labor, more savings. And it's not just the layout. Everything at Aldi is built around making things fast and simple. From the start to the finish, every second counts. Employees aren't standing around. Carts are easy to return. Checkout is lightning fast. Bags? You bring your own, or pay a few cents for paper ones. It keeps the lines moving and the costs down. No detail is too small. Even the lighting and shelving are chosen to save money. No mood lighting, no fancy displays. Just metal shelves and bright bulbs. Every dollar saved is another dollar you don't have to spend. That's how Aldi keeps prices so low. Not by cutting corners on quality, by cutting corners on everything else. Walk into any regular grocery store and you're hit with choice overload. 10 kinds of cereal, 7 brands of yogurt, endless rows of snacks with flashy logos and celebrity endorsements. Now walk into Aldi, and suddenly it's just one. One brand of cereal, one kind of yogurt, one bag of chips. That might sound strange at first, like they forgot to stock the shelves. But here's the thing. Aldi didn't forget. They chose to do it this way. And it's one of the biggest reasons their prices are so low. Because Aldi doesn't carry name brands like Kraft or Kellogg's. Instead, they've built their own brands. Clancy's, Friendly Farms, Millville. These names might not ring a bell, but that's kind of the point. Aldi skips all the expensive marketing, packaging, and branding that most big companies spend millions on. No TV ads, no celebrity faces on cereal boxes, just real food, made well, without the fluff. And get this, a lot of these products are made in the exact same factories as the big-name brands. Same ingredients, same quality, just different label. That bag of Clancy's chips could be made by the same company that makes Lay's. That tub of Friendly Farms yogurt might come from the same dairy that fills Chobani cups. The only difference is the price tag. Aldi does this on purpose. By cutting out the middlemen and working directly with manufacturers, they avoid paying for fancy packaging, advertising, or retail markups. They just buy in bulk, skip the extras, and pass the savings straight to you. But don't think for a second that means lower quality. Aldi is actually really picky about what makes it onto the shelf. Every product goes through blind taste tests before it gets approved. If it doesn't beat the national brand version, it doesn't make the cut. That means the chocolate you grab off the shelf could be better than something twice the price. That pasta sauce might taste more like Italy than your usual brand. And you'd never know the difference unless you tasted them side by side. Which is exactly what Aldi counts on. This strategy works. Big time. In fact, over 90% of everything in Aldi stores is private label. That's almost unheard of in the grocery world. Most stores rely heavily on big brands to draw customers in. Aldi does the opposite. They build trust in their own brands and keep things simple. And shoppers love it. A recent survey found that 88% of Aldi customers rated their private label products as excellent or very good. That's higher than many name brand ratings. People aren't just buying them because they're cheap. They're buying them because they're good. Even better, Aldi keeps expanding its private label lines. From organic produce under Simply Nature, to plant-based options with Earth Grown and gourmet-style items in Specially Selected. Aldi's got something for every type of shopper, all while keeping costs low and quality high. So next time you see a Clancy's chip or a Millville cereal box, don't think off-brand. Think smart brand. Because Aldi isn't just saving you money, they're giving you more value without the extra noise. Let's talk about the real MVP of Aldi, the chocolate aisle. You walk in for eggs, you leave with a kayak, and somewhere in between, you grab a $3 bar of chocolate that tastes like it should cost 10 times that. But here's the thing. This isn't just a random shelf of cheap candy bars. It's a carefully curated selection of European imports that quietly outshine what you'll find at most stores. Aldi brings in brands like Moser Roth, Chocarré, and Chausseur, straight from Germany and Belgium. Countries known for their rich chocolate-making traditions. These aren't just fancy names slapped on a cheap bar to trick you into thinking it's gourmet. These are real deal, cocoa butter-rich, melt-in-your-mouth kinds of chocolates that actually win over fans and food critics alike. And the best part? They're priced like they belong next to generic soda crackers. Not in a boutique shop. A standard Moser Roth dark chocolate bar regularly sells for under $3 at Aldi. In most other stores, a comparable European-style bar would set you back $8 to $10. Easy. That's not just a deal. That's a full-on chocolate heist. But don't take our word for it. Try one side by side with a premium brand and see if you can tell the difference. Go ahead. Blind taste test. You might be shocked. Still, not all chocolate at Aldi is created equal. This is where things get tricky, and where a lot of shoppers accidentally end up buying something that tastes more like wax than cocoa. Stick to the top shelves. Those are where the good stuff lives. The imported bars with high cocoa percentages and smooth textures. Avoid the bottom shelves unless you're okay with thin, overly sweet, vaguely chocolate-flavored disappointments. And let's not even get started on the seasonal chocolate displays. Sure, those holiday-shaped Santas and Easter bunnies look cute in the store. But bite into one, and you'll quickly realize they were probably made during the last chocolate shortage, or worse, mass-produced in a factory that hasn't heard of quality control. They're festive, they're themed, but they're not worth it. So how does Aldi pull off such an impressive lineup without breaking the bank? Same way they do everything else. Cutting out the fluff. No flashy packaging. No celebrity endorsements. No expensive ad campaigns. Just direct sourcing from top European producers and a no-nonsense approach to branding. These same factories make chocolate for well-known luxury brands. Same ingredients, same process, different label. That's why the flavor is there. Because Aldi doesn't skimp on quality. They just skip the extras that make your wallet lighter. And the proof is in the pudding, or in this case, the cocoa content. Look for bars with real cocoa butter, higher cocoa percentages, and country-specific labels like Belgium or Germany. Those are your markers of quality. If you're ever unsure, go dark. And instead, dark chocolate tends to hold up better in terms of flavor and texture. And Aldi's versions often surprise even serious chocolate lovers. So next time you're at Aldi, don't rush past the chocolate aisle thinking it's just another snack section. Treat it like a hidden gem, because it really is. Just remember, top shelf only. Bottom shelf? That's where good intentions go to die. You walk into Aldi, grab a cart, and then it hits you. There's a slot. A quarter slot. Suddenly you're not just shopping for groceries, you're paying a deposit to use a cart. At first glance, this might seem weird, maybe even a little cheap. But here's the twist. What looks like a cost is actually a brilliant money-saving move. And it's not Aldi charging you. It's you helping them stay efficient. Here's how it works. You insert a quarter to unlock a cart. After you're done shopping, you return the cart to the corral, slide it into place, and get your quarter back. It's simple, it's fair, and most importantly, it saves Aldi hundreds of thousands of dollars per store every year. Let that sink in. Most grocery stores spend up to $200,000 annually on cart retrieval alone. That includes employees walking parking lots in the blazing sun, picking up stray carts before they roll into traffic, or worse, getting stolen. Some stores even install anti-theft devices or hire douanemen, dedicated staff, just to wrangle runaway carts. Aldi sidesteps all of that with one tiny coin. The quarter system turns every shopper into a mini cart wrangler. No need for extra labor, no lost carts, just a self-sustaining loop where everyone plays a small part and wins in the end. And let's be honest, most people don't mind. In fact, many shoppers love it. Because that quarter isn't gone, it's just borrowed. You get it back every time. It's not a fee. It's a deposit, a temporary one. And compared to other stores that charge for bags or nickel and dime you at checkout, Aldi's method feels almost charming. But the real genius is in the psychology behind it. That quarter creates a sense of responsibility. You're more likely to return the cart because you want your money back. It's not about being scolded by a sign that says, "Please return cart." It's about getting your 25 cents back. And who doesn't love that? Even better if someone does leave a cart behind. Someone else will usually come along, grab it for the quarter, and return it. So Aldi doesn't lose anything, and neither do you. This kind of thinking is exactly what makes Aldi different. They don't waste money on things that can be solved with a clever nudge and a bit of logic. Instead of hiring more staff, they use smart design. Instead of punishing forgetful shoppers, they reward responsible ones. It's a win-win, and it's just one of dozens of ways Aldi cuts costs without cutting corners. So next time you drop that quarter into the slot, don't think of it as a hassle. Think of it as your contribution to the smoothest, fastest, cheapest grocery experience around. Because in the world of retail, sometimes the smallest ideas make the biggest difference, and Aldi gets that better than anyone. If you've ever checked out at Aldi, you know it's not just a transaction, it's an experience. 1 minute you're casually browsing the chocolate aisle, and the next you're in what feels like a grocery NASCAR pit stop. There's no small talk, no paper or plastic. There's just speed, and lots of it. Aldi cashiers scan groceries at twice the rate of most other stores, regularly clocking in at 40+ items per minute compared to the average store's 20. That's not a typo. It's a well-oiled machine. And it all starts with the product design. At Aldi, many packages have multiple barcodes, sometimes on every side. That means no flipping cans or squinting at nutrition labels trying to find that tiny code. Just swipe, beep, done, swipe, beep, done. It sounds small, but when you're scanning 30 items, those seconds add up, big time. But it doesn't stop there. The registers themselves are custom-built for speed. Each one has a wide platform where scanned items get pushed fast, keeping the conveyor belt clear for the next item. No waiting, no stacking, just smooth, uninterrupted motion. And here's the kicker, you bag your own groceries. At first, this might feel like a slap in the face after a long day. Wait, I have to do the work too? But once you get used to it, you realize it's part of what makes Aldi so fast. Because while you're packing your eggs and cereal, the cashier is already flying through the next customer's cart. There's a separate bagging area after checkout, so you still get time to organize things without slowing down the line. It's smart, it's efficient, and it keeps prices low by reducing labor costs. This system works so well that a 2018 retail efficiency study found Aldi's checkout process is up to 40% faster than national averages. That's not just a bump in speed. That's a game changer.